Emergency medicine started in 1975. Around that time, it was determined that we needed a program to provide pre-hospital care for heart attack victims, trauma victims, and other patients, and EMS was born.
The EMS providers that bring patients to our hospital, we actually collaborate with them on how they provide care out in the field to get the patient quickly and safely to our hospital so that we can transition care.
Cross EMS System is an EMS system within the state of Illinois. The state of Illinois has 11 EMS regions. Cross Hospital EMS System is part of Region 7, and we are the largest EMS system within Region 7. We have approximately 2,500 providers within the system. That includes paramedics, EMTs, emergency communications radio nurses, as well as EMDs, or you may know them better as 911 operators, and we are a resource hospital. What that means is that regardless of the hospital that those departments are taking the patients to, they need to call our emergency communications radio nurses, and we can provide medical direction for them.
We've changed quite a bit in the last 50 years. Early ambulances were typically hearses, and they would respond to scenes and transport patients with very minimal care, maybe first aid equipment, from the scene to the hospital. As we've grown and matured, we've gone from hearses to station wagons to vans and to the beautiful ambulances that you see today.
So obviously this is our bag that we would use, goes in on every call, but here's our new monitors that we got. This will do, where you take your vital signs and stuff like that. And the nice thing about, the hospitals having the same equipment that we have is we already have our cardiac monitor pads on the patient. So all we have to do, disconnect ours, the hospital plugs into our pads.
Right.
And it's, a good transfer.
When I started, I was in that 95, 96 paramedic program at the old hospital in the basement. All I wanted to be was a firefighter. I had no interest in the EMS side of it, but at the same time I graduated paramedic school, I got on Joliet Fire Department, and I was assigned to Ambulance 5, which was our busiest ambulance at the time. And we started running so many calls, and you see the effect you have on people's lives, and it's so much more than the fire side that I ended up staying on the ambulance my entire career until I was promoted to lieutenant. If you really want to help people, the EMS side is where you really help people at.
Let's say I push my medication through here.
Cross EMS System, since I started and how it's grown, I don't know how they even keep up, because when we started, we probably had 50 medics on our job here. Today we have over 200 medics. The fire service has really transitioned in the last 40, 50 years from more fire-based to EMS-based fire service, that we know that importance of it.
Paramedicine has changed quite a bit over the last 50 years. Back when paramedic programs were initially instituted, the training was about 6 months in duration. And now the program is a full year, 5 or 6 hours a day of training, very intense, very demanding.
A couple of years ago, the Will County Fire Chiefs came to us and said, hey, we need more paramedics. How can you help us? So we increased our class size from 35 to 50. Our paramedic program currently has a pass rate of 92%. And of that 92%, 100% of those individuals are employed working within EMS systems in Illinois as well as other states.
Just like the fire service is always adapting, Cross EMS System has done a great job of adapting with the times, new technology, keeping us ahead of the curve. When I was started as a medic, we thought it was those ALS skills. We need to get that airway, we need to do the drugs. But now our protocols are, you start CPR and you don't stop for anything. And now we have the mechanical devices which really help out. Once we get that on, that thing just goes and goes and goes. You don't have to stop for anything anymore.
We've done a better job saving people's lives that have a cardiac arrest event. Previously, we would either get the patient out of their home and into the ambulance, into the hospital as quickly as we can. But what we've learned is that if we stay on scene a little bit longer and we provide high quality CPR, we're actually seeing that the survivability of cardiac arrest patients has dramatically increased, which is really great for our communities.
When you dial 911 and the EMS personnel come to their home, their workplace, or an accident scene, that they're not just getting an ambulance driver. They are getting highly skilled paraprofessional medical personnel who have incredible skills to provide resuscitation and life-saving interventions right at the scene, start the care immediately.
Of the 30% of the patients from the emergency department who are admitted to our hospital for hospitalization for their treatment, half of them come to our hospital by ambulance. We are an incredibly busy emergency department. We see over 65,000 patients a year and climbing. And I think we're very fortunate to have the providers that we have out in the field that are our community partners to make sure patients get to us when they need healthcare.
You know, a lot of people talk about the community when you're trying to make partnerships and how much they care about the community. But Silver Cross means it. They have put their money where their mouth is, and they really do care about the community and have helped us grow our programs to extend that care to the community.
One of my favorite things about my role as Dean of the Paramedic program is recognizing the impact that we have on students. I also love when our students either send us emails or stop by and they're super excited and they tell us about how they were the only person who knew something at the dinner table at the firehouse because they learned it in our program from us. That will last me a lifetime as well.